When you say people, you mean living people?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm here to apply for a research position in your neurology lab.
That's Robin Williams as a neurologist whose experience has mostly been limited to earthworms until he's hired by a Bronx mental hospital in the new movie Awakenings. Based on a factual book by Oliver Sacks and set in 1969, the movie tells the story of a ward in the hospital that the staff calls the garden because they view the patients there as vegetables to be fed and watered.
She has no other living relatives, and they say she has always been as she is now, with no response or comprehension. And yet,
these patients apparently have not had a conscious thought in years. They're somewhere else, helpless cases, until Williams begins to wonder if an experimental new drug named L-Dopa might help them.
Now, you know better than to make a leap like that. You want there to be a connection. That doesn't mean there is one.
what I believe, what I know, is these people are alive inside.
Massive doses of the drug do seem to bring about a miracle. The patients come back to life. And one of the awakened ones, who has been in a catatonic state for 30 years since he was 20 years old, is played by Robert De Niro.
Are you visiting someone?
No.
You work here?
I live here.
You're a patient?
That's $1.80, baby.
You don't look like a patient.
I don't?
One of the movie's best scenes shows De Niro asking to be treated like a real person.
Look, I'm not a criminal. I've committed no crime. I'm not a danger to myself or to others. And yet I'm still not allowed to go for a walk on my own by myself. You didn't wake a thing, you woke a person.
Awakenings is not only a wonderfully intelligent and emotionally moving film, but a fascinating one at the technical level. The director, Penny Marshall, has the patience to follow along as the doctor pieces together his tiny bits of evidence until it appears he has the answer to a medical mystery. This movie is an intellectual challenge with an emotional payoff. The performances are all right on the money, but I was especially impressed by Robin Williams, who is very disciplined and focused here and does a touching job of creating this man who in his own way is almost as cut off as his patients are.
Well, that's interesting. The performance that I liked in the film was the De Niro performance.
I loved it.
And I've had a problem with the Robin Williams character. I watched him when he's a very uptight guy. He can't relate to another nurse there who really cares for him and wants to bring out his humanity. And so he's a little tight and forced, and I just saw that. Maybe I know Robin Williams from comedy and from seeing him in other pictures so well that I really didn't buy that uptightness. It just seemed to be a little too mechanical for me. And so after I saw this picture even a second time, it was more that I appreciated what De Niro was doing. He has a real sine curve kind of role here. It's a full performance. The tics that he has don't seem to particularly gimmicky. It seems real, and I ended up caring for him.
Well,
his
De
journey.
Niro is terrific. In a way, this movie follows the same curve as Charlie did more than 20 years ago, a guy who is out somewhere and comes back to us and then leaves again. But I liked Robin Williams very much in this movie, and I criticized him in the Dead Poets Society because I thought I saw some of that, some of those mannerisms that we're familiar with. Here, I thought we were looking at real acting.
Not for me this time. At the same time, the film has a big heart, and I suppose it does make you look at people for their potential rather than for what you think is a lack of potential. Coming up.